What's up everybody, this is Yoshi Sudarso. I play Koda on Dino Charge, I'm the Blue Power Ranger. Just want to say, you're watching Ranger Reviewer, Peace, Love, and Zordon.
And the last question that we had was, where do you see Power Rangers in 20 years? And I think that's a difficult one, because we rely so much on Japanese footage as well. If the Japanese footage isn't there, I don't think that Saban or Bandai would put out the money to create something themselves.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's super hard to estimate where it's going to be going.
Yeah, it's really hard to say, because I mean, it's not like it's out of the question, but it's also not guaranteed either. Because Sentai is just celebrating its 40th anniversary, which is crazy to think a franchise can go on that long. But I mean, when you think about it, there's a lot of childhood shows of ours that are kind of at the same point. You know, Superman's been going on since the 50s. Transformers has been going on for 30 years now. You know, it's kind of weird thinking that Power Rangers can kind of reach milestones like that pretty soon.
I think like when I was young, like 100 episodes is like something ridiculous. So like even like when you had American Toku, you always had like 2 seasons of like Beetleborgs, VR Troopers, or Mystic Knights of Turnernog, and then all of a sudden, that's it. It's done.
Yeah,
like, you don't have closure from it.
Yeah, there hasn't. Power Rangers has been the only Ameritoku like adaptation that's actually done well. All the others have done fairly well, but actually, I think that the biggest problem with those was their franchises ended. On because Metal Heroes isn't
there anymore.
They're not. I mean, they've done a few new movies since, but it's like
there's no like series. Like
there's no consistent Metal Heroes series. So I think that's the big thing. And Kamen Rider.
I wish they would bring that to America. I mean, Dragon Knight was like really well written and shot.
Dragon Knight was a good show. It was just shoved on a bad network, so
CW.
It never really got a lot of exposure. So.
I think if it was online only, it could definitely work out.
Yeah, if they were like to find a way to put that on Netflix or something like that, and to just get it exposed out there, I think that would be good. But I don't even know who owns the licensing for that anymore. But you know, all that to say, Power Rangers is the only Ameritoku series that's always kept its eye on the public's eye. You know, it's always been around.
Granted, it hasn't been like big. But
no,
it's
it
still
hasn't been in the spotlight, like center stage. But it's one of those things that's just always been there. Granted, you're always going to see people going, "What, Power Rangers is still on?" It's like, Power Rangers is still on. But I mean, people will say that about any franchise that they don't keep track of.
If it was like Friends, like Friends is still on.
Or. I think even Transformers can get that sometimes. Because you don't think about other, Transformers cartoons. Like, people usually just think of the 80s one, but there's been like 10. There's been like 10 different Transformers cartoons in the past, 30 years. So, way more than that. But, it's... I don't know, in 20 years...
Like, the honest truth, do you think it's still going to be there?
Honestly... I think if Sentai can make it 40 years, I think PR can make it too.
I think it all depends on on Saban and whoever the team that's gonna be. I mean, if they get bought out by someone else,
it all depends on what happens with Toei too. If Toei is really gonna make this, because I mean, let's see, 20 years from that would be a 60-year mark for Sentai. That's a long time, guys.
It really
that's a long time to have a show.
I mean, that's like, we're both 20, I mean, plus, but I mean, that's like another lifetime for us. It's just like, wow, so much can happen in 20 years. And
I mean,
that's why predicting it's very tough.
Yeah, it's one of those things, it's hard to wrap your head around. It's already hard to wrap your head around. It's almost been a quarter of a decade, or a quarter of a century.
It's really odd to see like people go like, oh yeah, it's 20 years old, and you're just like, where did time go? And like seeing how many like iterations of Power Rangers there's been, and like the ups and downs, the milestones, it's ridiculous to think that's already 22.
So, but I mean, I guess it's just one of those things you just kind of have to wait and see. But I don't know. The next 20 years ought to be kind of interesting.
I mean, if it's going like the way it is now, I think it can probably survive.
I mean, I think that's just one of those things where, as long as it's keeping kids entertained and it gives kids people to look up to, and as long as that show's doing good, and it keeps at its core, it keeps the same values that it started with, and I think that's like part of what keeps it memorable to kids and stuff. As long as it's keeps true to its identity, I don't think we really have to I don't think it's going anywhere anytime soon.
I mean, I think there's some things right now that I'd be like, really, Nickelodeon, I would switch off to a different channel, probably get another production team. But some of the things that Yoshi like pointed on, like how much money they're spending on it, and like they don't have enough money anymore, and like they're getting grants now. I think that's the tough part. Is unfortunately, like,
yeah,
it's just money wise.
It is just. I mean, it is a money thing. It's just the world in general. It's money is. You know, money just makes everything happen. You know, so it will depend. But I mean, we have seen Power Rangers manage on a smaller budget.
Yeah.
I mean,
Disney.
Disney.
Yeah.
I mean Disney, but I mean, yeah, Disney did pretty good. And I mean, even Mighty Morphin guys. I mean,
yeah,
you got to think.
Remember that.
You got to think compared to when we started and where we're at now. It's a universe of a difference.
Yeah.
And it's crazy to think that we're at that point where we've come so far.
Man, I'm so old.
Right?
We're so old.
We're so old.
Anyways, guys, those are our thoughts on 22 years of Power Rangers. Yeah, we'll be probably doing one next year, so stay tuned for that.
So here's 22 more.
Oh gosh. Cheers.
You think Taylor Swift will have a song?
She'll be on her retirement tour. But she'll be like,
No, it'll be her second retirement tour.
It's gonna be like Cher. I was gonna bring out the word. She's gonna be like Cher. She's gonna like tour for like 10 years. And say, I'm done doing music. And it's just not gonna happen. But 20 years.
So stay tuned for
44. For that. 44 years. If we're still on, that'd be amazing. If YouTube doesn't get bought out by like, I don't know. I mean, Google's
if we aren't like on holograms in your living room, or wherever.
You can smell like my breath right now. Or something like that.
It's great.
Yeah. But anyway, that's pretty much it. Leave your thoughts on Power Rangers 22 years down below.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and write those questions down.
Yeah,
in the description. So if you want to answer those, like, you can just go ahead and leave them down. Let us know. I mean, everyone has a different story on how they got into this and why they're still watching it. So it's always nice to know where other people come from.
You want to end it?
Sure. Make sure you guys like the video. Make sure you subscribe to Ranger Reviewer right here so you guys can get more awesome Ranger related content. And also make sure you guys follow us on various social media. We have links to that all in the description box below. And until the next review, guys, we'll see you later.
Peace, love, Zordon.
Peace, love, Zordon. Keeps... I hate you.
I know. It has to be here.
I was right on a point.
What the hell are you doing? Come here. I'm not gonna go. Go over there. Go. Come here. Come here. All right. Well, just go.
Just stand there.
Yeah.
What was I even saying?
I said as long as Dino Charge.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. So.
And that is it for production today.
Unique is that it opens up this opportunity that you can have so many different types of people all working towards the same thing.